Has expired. Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Blumenthal. Senator Blackburn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to pick up where Senator Cornyn left off and really focus on the timing of this hearing. And this issue at the southern border is something that is of paramount concern. And this year, with you as the chairman, we have not had a single hearing that really focuses on the crisis at the southern border. And we know that girls are being trafficked, they are being raped. We know what is happening with all the fentanyl that is coming into this country. We know the numbers of illegal migrants that are coming into this country. And while Title 42 and the expiration of Title 42 loomed, this committee, instead of focusing on that and the issues, subsequent issues, we had a hearing about delegitimizing the Supreme Court. And we have literally focused on so many topics, just about everything except what is happening at this southern border. We did have Secretary Mayorkas come before us. He basically refused to answer any question. You mentioned earlier the concern with child labor laws. That is something that concerns me also. But Secretary Mayorkas and Secretary Becerra, they've lost 85,000 children. They don't know if they're being trafficked. They don't know if they're alive or dead. They don't know if they're in work gangs. They don't know if they're being abused. But, you know, Mr. Chairman, I think we need to focus on the entire crisis at that southern border. Now, in January of this year, and Mr. Carr, I want to come to you on the question, DHS proposed a new rule that would increase the application fees for the H-2A visas. Now, I think one of the things that is so troubling to Tennessee farmers that I talked to is here's this new asylum program fee, which would charge employers seeking to sponsor immigrants for certain work visas an unprecedented $600 per visa. Now, Tennessee farmers tell me that this is something that is making it just about unaffordable. And of course, the fee is going to be there to support what is turning out to be a broken asylum system. And what frustrates a lot of our farmers is instead of rewarding people like you that are bringing in legal H-2A through a legal process, those that are able to be H-2A workers, that they're paying this fee, and then the fee is being used to prop up this illegal entry. And those that are trying to do it right are the ones paying the cost in more than one regard. So I've enjoyed listening to your testimony, and you've been at this for years. And I want you to talk about specifically about this proposed rule and the impact that that is going to have on farmers like you.
Thank you very much, Senator. So the Department of Homeland Security, and their justification for their fee increase, which they said they needed more staff and it was costing them more to do the applications, also put in there that a portion of that increase would go to paying for the asylum process. This is putting that burden on the workers, the employers such as myself that are doing it legally and properly to pay for illegal workers coming to this country claiming asylum, which has nothing to do with agriculture. So I asked the question, why should agriculture be paying for this process?
Well, and what I hear from farmers is there is no efficiency that they are being given in this process, that it's still taking them longer for this backlog to be cleared and to get people cleared, and sometimes the crop is already ready for harvest before they're getting the okay, that there does not seem to be any urgency from DHS. Is that what you're seeing?
I've seen those cases. What you have is a problem with the application process in itself. You have the ability for the Department of Labor to basically request further evidence or give a notice of deficiency just because the complexity of the program. As these notices of deficiency go on, the time frame of getting your workers moves out further and further. If we streamline the H-2A process and made the application system more easy, allow for an attestation where the employer can certify that they understand the rules of the game and they will abide by the rules of the game, we could then get our workers in much more timely manner. Right now, we're not able to apply for H-2A workers. It's more than 75 days out from our data need, but no less than 60 days from our data need. That's a 15-day window that we have to work in, and then we have to try to figure out all the hoops and hurdles that we're going to get. I've had notices of deficiencies on a contract written the year before that had no notices of deficiency given back to me the next year because a different reviewing officer looked at it and chose that there was something wrong with that application. Those inconsistencies are what's driving these delays.
Thank you. That's helpful. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator. I'd like to address the issues which you directed to